All right, part two. So, if there's something in your life that is not going how you want it to go, if there are problems that you have consistently, like maybe you do have men that cheat on you consistently, maybe you always lose your job, or maybe you feel like you have friends that backstab you all the time, I invite you to look at what is it that you believe in that area of your life. Now, in the past, when we've talked about this, well, I would look at your parents. I'm like, well, what did your parents do? How were your parents? How did your dad treat you? How did he treat your mother? How did your mother treat you? How did she treat your father? But the thing is, the reason why those things are important are not because they just kind of happen in a vacuum. It's because if you saw your father abuse your mother or was abusive to you, somewhere along the way, your brain processed that as, that's love. Clearly, love is abuse. Clearly, love means they hurt you. Clearly, a loving man is an aggressive man. And that's a belief that you adopted, okay? And it's a belief that you adopted really on autopilot. Pretty much everybody's on autopilot all the time. But you don't have to keep believing that. You don't have to keep believing that, I don't know, if I don't eat fish on Friday, that's a sin and that God will be mad at me. You don't have to keep believing that all Muslims are evil. You'd be surprised how many people really believe that. That's an amazing thing. And remember I said in part one, sometimes people only see part two, there are no bad religions. There aren't. In fact, I will do you one better. And actually, I won't make that statement because I don't want to turn anybody off. You won't be listening to me anymore. But the point is, there are no bad religions. There's questionable people of every faith and people that do messed up things. Now, if there's an area in your life that you want new results, then you have to begin adopting new beliefs. Okay? Now, you know that your thoughts lead to your feelings lead to your actions, and your actions lead to your results. Okay? And we've also talked in the past about the fact that you can become addicted to feelings. You can become chemically addicted to certain feelings. So if your thoughts and your feelings and your actions and your results are all kind of interwoven, you got to kind of start tugging at this thread somewhere in there. And it may not come easily. Listen, if the last 10 women you were with cheated on you, you have to look at what's the only thing all 10 of those women have in common. You. Have you ever seen that demotivator poster, the only consistent factor in all your dissatisfying relationships is you, and it looks like a single link in a chain breaking? You know, you have to look at who have you been in these relationships? What choices did you make in these relationships? And what beliefs do you have surrounding relationships? Okay? Versus, not all beliefs are bad. I'm talking about limiting beliefs. But you look at things like, I don't know, people like Michael Jordan, or Bill Gates, or Warren Buffett, right? Or Oprah Winfrey, who, in the face of all logical rationale, in the face of all things that should have made sense, they chose to believe these things anyway. I mean, Oprah Winfrey's from Mississippi. You know, I'm from Arkansas, so unless you've been down around there, you don't know what that means. But trust me, Mississippi's a wasteland. And if you're from Mississippi or watching this in Mississippi, I'm sorry, but you know I'm right. So Oprah is one of the most powerful and famous women in the world because she chose to believe that through her battles with weight, through all the things people have said about her, through being single, not having kids, any of that stuff. She always chose that she would be successful. She chose success. And that's all you have to do is choose success. Whatever you've done, whatever you're up against. Like recently, I've been doing a lot of healing work with people. And showing people ways that they can heal their bodies and telling them that I'll send positive energy to them and things like that. And I'm not talking about some kind of like weird, airy-fairy thing. I'm talking about tapping into the real, legitimate healing capability of your human vessel. Because here's the thing. Your mind is issuing the commands all the time. And I've gone on record saying this, and I'm going to say it again in case you've never heard me say it. There's no such thing as an incurable illness or an injury. There is no such thing as an incurable illness or injury. Your body built itself from scratch once. It can do it again. The only time any condition is going to become terminal is when you choose to believe that it's terminal. Now, again, I said, at some point, all of our time is up. And who knows, maybe your time is really, really, really up. But I say, fight that crap. Okay? Believe that you are going to get better. Believe that it is fine. Don't give the illness or injury any power at all. Don't even think of yourself as sick. Now, pending the extent of your situation, it might be hard to believe that, well, I'm 100% healthy if you have to go on kidney dialysis once a week. That can be tough. But you can choose to believe that you're getting better every day. You can choose to believe that you feel better today than you felt yesterday, and you're going to feel better tomorrow. See, a mistake that people make is we look at the past as how things are going to be in the future. And we take the past and we put it into the future. And surprise, surprise, the same things keep happening over and over again. And they will keep happening over and over again until you adopt new beliefs. Now, how do you adopt new beliefs? First thing is choose. Make a decision. Make a decision. I just put a quote up the other day that it was like the most difficult thing to do and therefore the most precious is to have the ability to decide. It was by Napoleon Bonaparte, okay? To be able to make a choice. If you do not choose what you want, someone else is going to choose for you. Somebody's already choosing for you, and they probably don't have your best interest in mind. They have their best interest in mind. It's like whenever anybody gets mad about big corporations or political corruption or any of that stuff, look, we empower all of that. We allow all of that, okay? If you want something better for yourself, then first thing you got to do is choose what it is that you want. If you don't know what you want, how can anybody else know it for you? And I'm not saying things like, I want to be happy, I want to be fulfilled. You know, I've been over this lots of times. You can have that right now. You can feel happiness at this exact second. If you're not sure, read the article that I posted on examiner.com, okay, about using your feelings for a change, all right? You can feel happiness in an instant. You can feel fulfillment in an instant. You can even feel love in an instant by vividly imagining either the last time you felt it or even when you will feel it. Just imagine what it's going to feel like, and you will actually start to feel that right now. So, decide what you want, decide these new beliefs, and then repeat it to yourself over and over again. Now, it may be the next time that you're about to go out on a date, you're going to get triggered. I talk about this a lot in my coaching, by the way, with the people that I work with one-on-one, which, by the way, visit peacelovemoney.com. I work with you one-on-one. I can help you install these new beliefs. Very affordably, might I add. But we all have things called triggers, that when we get a certain stimulus, we have a certain response. Like for me, I have a big pet peeve of when somebody's not listening to me. And I've worked hard on this over the years. And now it only bugs me if you keep asking me the same question over and over again and not asking me. That bothers me. I don't know why. That triggers me. Okay? Maybe you don't like it when, you know, ladies, if a man's talking to you but he won't look you in the eye. Maybe that really, really, really bothers you. Or, you know, guys, maybe if you feel disrespected, you get really aggressive. But the thing is, remember, you have to be able to step back from a situation and ask yourself, what's so? What's actually happening? If a person asks me the same question over and over again, maybe they don't understand the answer. Maybe I'm not being as clear as I thought, right? Maybe, my communication is not conveying what I think it's conveying, so I need to work harder to make them understand it. I mean, guys, if you feel like you're being disrespected, well, what does that even mean? What have you done to engender respect? What have you done to have them approach you in a different way? How are you approaching them? Remember, you can measure communication based on the response that you get in return. Like I have another friend of mine who says all the time that she wants to get married. You know, she's like, I want to get married, I want to get married, I want to get married. But whenever a man approaches her, or a man tries to flirt with her, even respectfully, she gets very aggressive and shoots him down instantly. And I'm like, well, it's going to be really hard for Mr. Right to find you if you are nasty to everybody that tries to approach you, ever, even respectfully, okay? So, I've talked a whole lot, but I'm bringing it in, especially because I'm running out of time. Anything in your life that's not working, look at what you believe about it, and then look at why you believe it. The fact that that's how you were raised is not a good reason. The fact that that's how it happened last time and for the last 10 times is not a good reason, because if you change yourself, if you change your beliefs, if you change your thoughts, feelings, and actions, your results have to change. You follow me? And if you need help, find me. I'm on Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, B. Dave Walters. You can find me anywhere. PeaceLoveMoney.com. You know I love you. Okay, you're great, and I love you. Both. and believe that. Okay, bye-bye.